Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Literal Show. I am your host for the day, Brianna Wheeler, and we're back with another Women's Disability Show. Today, we're going to be talking about some summer tips. There we go. And just some life updates, what we have going on in the summer, if we did anything, and if we have any future goals. We'll touch on those and just kind of have a little life update conversation. So that's where we're heading. Nikki is getting out of work right now, so she hopefully will be able to pop on with Ashley afterwards, and then we'll have her introduce herself. But for now, let's get into introductions. My name is Brianna. I was shot 7 years ago, and I am a T12 paraplegic from Los Angeles, California. Let's go to Ashley.
Hi everyone, I'm Ashley. I am a C4 quadriplegic from Chicago, from a car accident in 2019.
Thank you. Let's go to Jessica.
Hi everyone, my name is Jessica. I am a C7 incomplete from a car accident 13 years ago.
Thank you. And let's go to Maya.
Hey y'all, Maya here. I am a C5, C6 quadriplegic. I was injured by gunshot violence 5 years ago, and I am living in LA.
Woo! And this is the first time we had Maya on since she has baby Trey. So we just want to say congratulations on baby Trey. He is here in the world. We have been waiting. We're so excited that she's on this journey now, and we get to see him, hug him, and see his little toes and his little hands and his little face, and he's just the cutest thing ever. So make sure to go show love on her profile for sure. Okay, so getting into just regulating our temperature and just tips for staying cool in the heat. It's been so hot lately, and I know our community really struggles with regulating our temperature and just staying cool. So we're going to jump into some tips for that. So Jessica, over the years, what have you learned for staying cool inside of the heat?
I think for me, it changes. It's very odd. I'm an incomplete injury. And so I do have the ability to sweat, which is different, but I feel like sometimes the heat comes from inside my body. Like, I don't know, like I overheat, but I'm sweating. You know what I mean? Like it's my body's super confused. When I was younger, like I could be out in the pool tanning and outdoors, and lately I hate the sun, like just the sun itself. But some of the tricks that I use is right now I told myself I'm not going out of my house between like 11 a.m. and 2 p.m. And so I tell people, if you want to invite me somewhere, make it early or late because I'm not going.
So that's your tip. So you're just staying inside. You said, F all this, not even dealing with the heat this year. Okay, I love it. I mean, that's a great tip. If I can avoid the sun, I definitely will, but okay, let's go to Ashley. So Ashley, how is it for you regulating your temperature being a quad?
So I'm not gonna lie, it takes a lot for me to overheat. I thrive in this burn, honestly. Like 70s too cold. 80, 90 just my temperature. But when I am overheating, because that does happen if I'm like, overdoing it and ignoring my cues, staying in the shade, spray bottle, like, to imitate sweat. For me, leaving my big hair off of my neck, which tends to get like the hottest, I would say, and like where I sweat the most. But I don't tend to usually do that because I don't like my hair up. But that is a tip for my curly headed, thick haired girls. And loose clothing. Like I found, this is gonna be TMI, but I found like if I wear like a bra, which like I don't really do, but if I do, I get like hotter faster if like the clothing's too tight, and like I don't have room to breathe. Like my skin doesn't have room to breathe. I found, so that's like a little tip.
Yeah, no, for sure. Loose clothing is definitely key. I found that helps a lot too. What about you, Maya? What are your tips for regulating your heat?
So for me, it's been pretty interesting lately, because similarly to Ashley, like I thrive when it's hotter, like 70s cold, 80s, 90s chef's kiss. 75 and up. That's how it was for me. But since pregnancy, I have been getting so hot. Like I get overheated. So I've been like sitting in front of the air conditioner, like I have it behind me right now. And that's been something that's been helpful. I also listening to Ashley talking about this spray bottle before, I got myself a little continuous Mr. Spray bottle to keep me more cool. And then I go back to like looking at my cues to prior to being pregnant too, which like I know if my legs get super red, then I'm coming up on like overheating myself. Like my legs always tell me first, they kind of give it away. They'll like turn like reddish, like purplish. And I'm like, okay, I need to get out of the sun for a little bit. So really just paying attention to my skin, and then paying attention to like my breathing changes. Cause I'll notice like I'll start having to take like more shallow, frequent breaths if I'm going to overheat as well. So just paying attention to those cues and then trying to stay as cool as I can, not staying in the sun for too long has been helpful.
Yeah, those are all great. I think it's super hard in the beginning to like recognize those little signs of like when you're overheating until like you're actually overheated. Like the goal is to not get super overheated. So you have to kind of catch your body cues before it gets to that point, which it will give you cues. You just kind of have to, play around with it and find out what those cues are. Like, Maya's legs turn red. So she knows that that's one of her cues. And for me, I just start getting super dizzy. I learned that even just putting a couple ice cubes inside of my water, I have like one of the ones that like stay cool. And this really is a lifesaver for me because it just like helps cool me down when I need something cold. And it's really like, I will pass out if I don't have something cool to drink and I'm starting to overheat. Another great thing is keeping your hair off of your neck. That helps a lot. And then also like I bring a light throw over no matter what, because I feel like sometimes I just need to block the sun for a little bit. Like whether it's like shining like on my shoulders or like whatever the case may be, sometimes I just need to block it. So I have like a throw over, and usually I have an umbrella inside the car too, because it just comes in handy. I've learned that my umbrella just saves me from a lot. And if I can pop it out and shade myself for a little bit to stop myself from getting to that point, that's pretty much key for me. A mister's great. I really was against misters for a while because come on, it takes me a long time to put my face on. So I'm like not trying to mist myself in the face, but I've learned that like spraying in the back of my neck, spraying my legs, even my shoulders, like it does help cool me down. My chest area, like just some light mist, like it does help cool you down and like stop you from getting to that overall point. So that's great. And then also those little neck fans are perfect too. And they're not expensive. If you just look on Amazon, I think they were like 15 to $20 for it. The same for the mister. And then one of my favorite things to do at the house is to get like the little popsicle molds. Those aren't expensive neither. You can find them on Amazon. And basically you can put whatever you want in it. You could add like fruits with like different juices inside of it just to have something cool. For me, it's like, I don't know why, but I need to eat something cold. So I'll freeze like fruit. I'll even get like a cup of ice and just like munch on a cup of ice. Sometimes I will like put like it on my lips to help cool down like my lips area. For some reason that helps me. I don't know if I'm just weird, but that's what really helps me. Sometimes I just need to like even rub ice like on my lip area and it helps cool me down. So those are some of my tips and tricks for staying cool. Also having a hat. Not everybody likes a hat, I know, but sometimes it just helps to have something just to shade you from the sun for a little bit, like so that you can get back down in your meter. You have to think like you're going up, up, up. It's like, I need to backtrack a little bit, And so like just think of those little cues and try to figure them out. If you are inside of the chat, let us know your tips and tricks for staying cool during the summertime. If you're overheating, let us know. We have Amber. Thank you so much for being here. Gracie, hello. I have cerebral palsy, by the way, since we are all sharing our stories. Thank you so much. I got sick after my first birthday in the hospital and I walk with the walker. Thank you so much for being here, Gracie. And make sure to share your tips and tricks inside of the comments as well. Velma's here. Hi, girls. Grandma here. Congrats, Maya, on your little one. Let me know when you need a great grandma for him. Oh, so
Aw.
cute. We definitely
Thank
have
you,
that.
Velma.
Velma. I know. So cute. We love you so much, Velma. Thank you for being here with us. And make sure that you guys drop a like and subscribe to our channel because it does help us out so much. We really appreciate it. It just helps like boost us and get to other disabled people that might need these tips and tricks. Okay, so have you ever had a bad experience where you actually like overheated, and what happened with your body? How did you have to come down from that, and what was the kind of situation? Ashley, have you actually ever overheated?
I don't know if I've overheated necessarily like too bad. For me, I kind of always can kind of tell my nose starts running, the legs get red. Like I can feel when I'm getting too hot, so I normally try to take care of it to like before I start to pass out. So I don't think I've ever had that, to be honest.
Okay.
Thankfully.
Yeah, thankfully. What about you, Jessica? Have you ever had like a actual experience where you overheated?
I have, and I think it's more of like drinking in the sun and the pool or the beach or whatever. But so just really dizzy, nauseous, and really feeling that heat throughout my body. But mostly the dizziness and the nausea. I had to get out of it quickly. But usually, like the girls say, like I catch it early enough to be able to do something about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's great. Okay, what about you, Maya? Have you ever actually like overheated, and like what do you do to bring yourself down?
So the time that I actually like overheated the worst, was a definite experience, y'all.
Oh, wow.
So it was wild. Let me just a disclaimer, it was wild. But so I was at Shirley Ryan Ability Lab in Chicago, which is the hospital that the rehab hospital that I was in when I was like early in my injury.
Mhm.
And we went to the beach. It was like a summer day. They took us to the beach. And it was one of those moments that I didn't know my cues for being overheated. You know, I was newly injured. We were in the sun a lot. Like I tried to stay cool. And I ended up not even knowing I was overheating until we got on the bus and went back to the hospital. I were like on the bus going back to the hospital, and I'm like, man, like my breathing is messed up. I felt like really shallow and I felt like a little faint and dizzy. And once we got into the AC, like that's when it hit me the worst. Like I knew I was overheating. We went upstairs. I went into my hospital room and my temperature was 102. I was like severely dysreflexic. My blood pressure was so high. I was like shitting all over myself. Like it was
Oh my.
terrible. And I'd never want to experience that again. And that's why I think it's so important to realize those cues and to like
Mhm.
stay on top of them, you know, because it was really scary. I had no idea
Mhm.
what was going on. You know, it was really early in my injury. I didn't even really understand that I had overheated at that point in
Mhm.
time. And since then, I haven't had an experience like that. Like I know my cues. The worst that it's gotten since then is just having like the breathing problems and just needing to go get out of the heat and like sit in the cool for a little bit, eat some frozen grapes. But
Mhm.
that was not
Yeah,
fun
that's an
for me.
experience. Thank God that you were at the hospital and they were able to like counteract it quickly.
Yeah, they had to give me like medication to bring my blood pressure down because it was so high.
Oh my God. Yeah, I had a bad overheating experience too, where I was sitting outside and I didn't realize that I can overheat like that. And I was just like, I knew it was hot, but I was kind of just trying to stick it out. We were all by the pool. I wasn't in the pool. I was just like watching everybody and I was just like on the outside. And so I was just kind of trying to stick it out more. And I did have a drink of alcohol, which I don't think helped my body like at all in the situation. But all of a sudden I got so dizzy, and I realized that my skin was like super hot to the touch. And like when I told my boyfriend, like, I don't feel good, like I almost feel like I'm gonna pass out right now, and like he was like, you need to go in the shade, like you've been in the sun for too long, like, and he moves me over to the shade, and nothing was happening. And like I felt like my eye vision just like start going blurry, and like I literally felt like I could not see anymore. And I was like, I don't know what to do. Like I was just telling him, and of course he's freaking the fuck out. He doesn't know what the fuck to do. I was like, I need like water. So I start trying to like drink water, and like it just, I couldn't see. Like it was like blurry. It was so scary. And like I was like, dump water on my head. So I had to like start dumping ice water on side of my head. And then like I slowly started feeling myself like coming back. And I was like, oh my God, I think I'm okay. But I like literally felt like I was gonna die. Like I literally could not see. Like everything was so blurry. It was like almost like I had like my eyes like squinted. And it was like, it was super overwhelming to feel that. But it was like more in the beginning too. And I think that there's a lot of little situations where you don't realize how serious it can get. But that situation kind of scared me the most. There was only like another time where I was in the car and I didn't realize that the sun was like beaming on my legs. And I got like super overheated that way too. But I was able to counteract it with like putting water on my face, like on my lip area, and just like putting the AC on, and like putting a throw over my legs, you know, those little things that we talk about. I just had to like counteract it afterwards and catch it as soon as I can. But the sun's nothing to play around with, you know, that shit can get dangerous and it can be scary. So make sure you guys are definitely staying safe. So let's go into our summer must-have. So if you are leaving the house, what is it that you need to bring with you when you're leaving the house? Jessica.
So for me, it's going to be water. But one thing that I really started doing a lot the past couple years is electrolytes. So I've noticed that because the heat might make me dizzy, the electrolytes work better than just water. So I always have electrolytes in my purse, or some type of bar or something. And I think also like a cover, the way Brianna said, is always good to have. And yeah, just a lot of water, I think, would be the biggest one for me.
Yeah, definitely. And like also that little trick of putting ice in your water is golden. Like it doesn't need to be full with ice. Even just like putting a couple ice cubes, like even at nighttime for me, because it's been getting so hot during the night, and I'm just like, I sweat a little bit too, so my legs start getting super sticky. That's probably the most annoyingest thing to me, like when I'm trying to do my pressure reliefs. That's another thing. Make sure you're doing more pressure reliefs, I'd say, because you're getting like sweaty, you know, your skin is like getting trapped with like moisture, and just like it's a disaster. I'm not saying that right. There's room for disaster. I think that's the right term. And yeah, that can be super hard. So I try to do like more pressure reliefs when I'm feeling sweaty, but at nighttime it helps me so much just to have that cold water bottle to drink during the night. I don't know about you guys, but I wake up a lot during the night. So something that helps me go to sleep. For some reason, I wake up with extreme cotton mouth. I don't know if it's because I smoke a lot of weed or if it's just happens, but my water bottle with ice is a lifesaver. Definitely try it. Let me know how it works for you guys. So your water and your electrolytes are the main thing that you have, Jessica, when you're leaving the house to stay cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, what about you, Ashley? If you have to leave the house, what is it that you're going to bring inside of your bag during the summer?
For sure, water and my spray bottle. Those
Your
are the
little
two. And my chapstick, of course.
Chopsticks a good one.
Don't let these lips be getting dry out here, okay?
You never know when you're gonna need some chapstick. That's a good one. For me, it's lip gloss, but it's definitely keeping it moisturized. Yeah. You're getting more. I'm even realizing that my feet are getting more like dehydrated, and I'm just having to put lotion on more too, which is super important and something that you need to make sure you're taking care of, especially for like your bottom side. Put a little extra lotion on, because it's like that friction can be a disaster for pressure sores, and nobody wants pressure sores, right? So make sure you lotion up. What about you, Maya? What are you taking with you when you're leaving the house?
Y'all know, whether it's hot or not, this water bottle is coming with me. Period. And now I am starting to bring like the continuous bottle, the spray bottle, for when it gets hot. And then I think that's really it. I've started rocking like sunglasses a little bit more because since pregnancy too, that was one thing. Like your eyes, something about like more blood flow or less blood flow goes to your eyes or something, and so my eyes were like really sensitive. So that is something on the hot days where I'm making sure that I have the sunglasses. Um, same with as Jessica, I drink like the liquid IVs. So I'll have those like electrolytes and get some extra help into my water bottle because your girl just doesn't absorb water properly. I don't know, it just goes straight through me and into my catheter bag. It's a problem.
That is so funny. I just want to shout out WJ Weaver in the chat. He sent $40. Wow, thank you so much for our super chat. We really appreciate it. That's so dope of you. Thank you so much. He said, I was at a cookout with friends this weekend and had to keep going in and out of the AC. It was so hot. Congrats, Maya. Oh, yes. Congrats, Maya. Yeah, the AC is definitely a game changer. I prefer to be in the AC for sure than being outside, but there's always those situations in the summer where you're just kind of stuck and you have to go outside, and that's kind of where the things are at. So that's where all these little things come in handy. But I think for like staying out inside of the sun too, the umbrella trick is pretty golden. You guys should try that. Like you kind of think like, oh, I just need an umbrella during the rain, but no, sunshine, wind, fantastic. Love it.
You guys, I just have to point out that this umbrella Brianna's talking about is fucking huge. Okay? It's so big. Oh my goodness. We were like at the beach trying to block the wind with it, and we had like 3 people trying to hold this umbrella.
The wind was crazy that day though, but it did help, right? We were able to smoke our blunt. I don't know, I'm just saying.
It really helped. We smoked our blunt and the wind didn't smoke it for us, and I'm here for that.
Yeah, you see? So right here, the proof is in the pudding. That's so funny. Yeah, my umbrella's pretty big. I do have a smaller one. The bigger one is key, it just helps save my life for sure. So for me, when I'm leaving the house, I definitely need my setting spray, the ALF overnight setting spray, which is like super cheap. Works great for me. It just helps me keep my face on and like stops me from melting. And it's even if I just have like light foundation on or anything like that, it just helps my face like not get so sweaty and oily so quickly. So that's like really key for me. Also like just having a little bit of lip gloss on hand helps. Perfume is definitely a must for me during the summer. Like I probably have like 2 different perfumes on me, like a littler one that I can like take with me like somewhere, and then like a bigger bottle one. Just because I feel like maybe it's just a self-conscious thing, but I just feel more smelly, and I just feel like, oh my God, I hope my wheelchair is not smelling. I hope I'm not smelling. Like I hope like, they're not smelling. And I just like spray that shit everywhere. So that's definitely something that I have to have in my to-go box. The neck fan is great, and my water bottle. I definitely always have weed on hand, my little pens. They come in handy, those are great. And then I usually like having like a little like thing of mints or like Tic Tacs or like a little gum thing also as well, because sometimes my mouth again just gets like cotton mouth, and maybe it's from the weed pen, but my mouth just gets cotton mouth, and I need like something to like kind of wake me up again so that I don't get too nauseous or anything like that. Also, I think eating during the summer is really important, whether it's like a little bit of like even like nuts, or a banana or like something small, a granola bar. I think that really helps the passing out part, not getting to the passing out part. For me, for sure. I don't know. Right. Tom, what's up? Y'all ladies are the dopest. You're the dopest. Thank you for
Hey fam.
Okay, so let's see. So what have you guys been up to this summer? What's been crack-a-lack in these last couple of months? I feel like it's been summer forever. Damn near. I just don't know the summer thing is lasting a whole long time for me. Maya, how has summer been for you?
Yeah, I feel like she has the most exciting updates.
Yeah,
Y'all, I've
definitely.
had so many life changes this summer.
Not you.
So many. Well, let's see. Okay, so July, let's just kick it off like with the past month with the big things. So obviously we had Rolette's experience. That was an amazing time. It was really great to be able to like go and see everyone in person. Like I'm still on a high from Rolette's experience, like how it is every year. Like I go and then I just have all of this motivation. And this year I used that motivation to go to the hospital 3 days later and have a baby.
Let's give it up for Maya, this crazy beyond.
Yes. Maya.
There we
Aw.
go. Yeah,
Champion,
it was funny.
champion.
Everyone at Rolette's Experience was looking at me like a psychopath. They're like, "When are you due?" And I'm like, "3 days." And they're like, "Are you serious? Why are you here?"
And she wasn't just there. She was like on the dance floor, like at the parties, like she was in the action. And I'm like, girl, I need some of your energy. I'm over here like not even that pregnant, and I'm like freaking about to pass out. Like I'm so exhausted. Where are you getting all this energy from? But I think it was just such a beautiful thing to watch and to see, and for you to experience too, for you to get like all those pictures and just to see your growth over the years, you know, and for you to be like so happy and like so pregnant this year is like so cool. When especially when you look at like your side by sides over the years, you know.
Yeah, I'm excited to like put some of that stuff together too, and I'm really excited to show Trey when he's older too. You know, like here you were at this dance class like just a few days before birth, and
Yeah.
actually, I think I did just enough to prepare my body for labor because this boy came out so easily. So easily.
Yes.
So I'm really thankful for that. But so since he's been born, he today is 21 days actually. He's been born for 21 days. Um Thank you.
True.
We're gonna
Yes.
see those one people that like 1 month party, 2 month party.
Yes.
Literally, I'm like preparing footage for his 1 month already, like for the post and everything. And but a few days after he was born, TJ and I got married.
Yes.
And
How's
now
that go?
and then we got COVID.
Ooh.
No, that where's the word for that one?
Womp womp womp.
And how was that? Come on, well, the sound effects, Sean. You only have the surprise one. He's like, that's all I got for you. Sorry, we're either happy or we're not nothing.
Nothing.
I'm dead. So how was that for your body? Were you still recovering from birth? Do you feel like that was like extra hard? Like how was that?
COVID was actually pretty easy. Like, I'm so grateful to God that it was such a mild case. Like, really, I just was dealing with like some congestion and like my nose was super runny. TJ, his nose was like super runny. The hardest part for me with COVID was seeing Trey sick. Like I know that as a mother, like our kids are gonna go through things. Was I expecting for him to have his first cold or any type of illness that soon after the hospital? Absolutely not. And so like gratefully he had it very mild too. He just had like a lot of like sneezing and coughs, and then you could tell like he was uncomfortable, like he didn't really know what was going on and he wanted to be held. You know, he's a little bit clingy. But like it was just so hard for me to see him sick, you know, and I'm just like, on one hand, I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm afraid for the rest of life now on like other illnesses that may come. And I'm thinking back to, and I'm like, wow, my mom is just like the respect that I have for her, seeing me go through everything that I've went through throughout my life, and then, you know, just in the past 5 years alone, getting shot and like everything that comes with this injury. And I'm just imagining how difficult that must have been and still is, you know.
Mhm.
And I just am praying for my anxiety, and because that was rough. I am
Mhm.
grateful that, like, I guess the first sickness like kind of came in and it wasn't too bad, because that can help like prepare me for the rest of it. But it was scary, and now we're just getting our lives back to normal with the baby, and just figuring stuff out.
And also, like, how's it been on your body, like, just having him? Do you feel like the more pain after birth, like, because you did get an epidural too? So, like, do you feel like that back pain? Like, do you feel that soreness still? Like, how are you doing, like, physically with that?
Yeah, so as far as like back pain goes, it's just like my lower back is really tight. Like it just feels so spastic, and I'm constantly having to like stretch it out, and like I just get a little bit more sore there. But then also with pregnancy, like you get like this pelvic groin pain as your stomach like stretches. And I'm still dealing with that pelvic groin pain like afterwards, because my uterus is like still contracting. Your uterus contracts for about like 6 weeks to get back to its normal size. And like I feel the contractions and they're painful. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, like how long does this last? You know, but it can last for some months. And the pelvic groin pain can actually, it can last for months to years after pregnancy.
Wow.
And so I'm just hoping that we don't last for years, but for the
Yes,
most
fingers
part,
crossed. We're gonna play on it for sure.
yeah,
That.
definitely. For the most part, I feel pretty good. And like, he's pretty much all of the weight that I gained for my
Mhm.
pregnancy, him and my placenta and stuff. So, my body is like getting back to its normal, but my core muscles are so weak, so weak. They were already weak.
Mhm. So how long before you like can start exercising and like really like getting back to your full strength? Do you feel like that's still like so like not even on your mind yet, or like what is your plan for that? Have you thought about it?
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna start exercising pretty soon. There's like this 6 week period where you're supposed to like take things like lighter. So I could do like light exercise for now, you know, and just not doing too much. Oh, hello.
Trey
Not
first
doing too much,
appearance.
but yeah, he's like exercise.
He's like, they're
Yo, we got
talking about me.
Nikki in the
Awesome.
building.
Hi, Nikki. You made
Hey.
it.
Woo!
Okay, you got your sunglasses.
I know my glasses are over there.
We're talking about Maya's baby.
I know what you're gonna show him.
I think he just woke up right now.
Oh,
Yeah, I'll show him in a second.
Yeah. How are you doing, Nikki?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good.
What are your
You're
tips
back.
for staying cool in the heat? Is it hot outside right now?
Yes, it is.
How do you stay cool, girl?
I have my fan. Right, I have it on my chair right now.
You're a little fan?
Yeah, I have my fan. I always have water.
Somebody mentioned a fan in the chat too, like a
Try to
little fan.
press
Oh yeah, that's so cute.
and it like bends, so you could wrap it like in your
Uh-huh,
wheelchair.
uh-huh. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
adorable. Where'd you get it, on Amazon?
water. Yeah, on Amazon.
Yeah, that's super cool.
Stroller fan, right?
Yeah, it's on my Amazon storefront.
Stroller fan. Okay, that's pretty cool. Yeah, that and like the little neckband, I think those are great things. So Darren said 5 years since the wreck and still can't figure out the heat. So yeah, that's mainly what we're talking about is like how to counteract it before. So those little fans and stuff, it just helps keep your body cool and that little soft period before you're like actually overheating. You know, you don't want to wait until you're overheating to kind of like try to start counteracting it. We need to think ahead a little bit. And like that's even like drinking a little bit more extra water. Maybe you're not feeling like that thirsty, but take another sip just to hydrate yourself a little bit more and little stuff like that. What's up, Hot Wheels? Thank you guys all for joining. Appreciate it. Let us know your tips and tricks for staying cool inside of the summer heat, or if you guys got anything going on. Oh my gosh, it's baby Trey. Hi, baby Trey. You're so cute. Look at that hair. Oh.
I want a baby, guys.
Oh my god.
Jessica, did you say you want a baby?
I want one now.
Oh my goodness. Don't forget about how hard it is. Oh, you cute.
It's worth it, Maya. It's worth it. Don't worry.
It's worth
It is. It is.
Oh,
Hi, Familia.
look at him. He's so cute with his little hands. He loves putting his little hands in his face, huh?
He does. He's always putting his hands in his face. I don't know if you guys saw the ultrasound photo where he has his hands there, and then we did a collage of him putting his hands in the exact same spot.
So cute.
Hey, you can't steal the whole podcast, okay?
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. You can steal anything you want. Oh no, we lost Ashley and Nikki. They got too excited. Hopefully they pop back on. Okay, great. That's so cute. He's so adorable.
But you know what's funny about the heat is that pregnant women, their body heat is 10 degrees hotter, right? So it kind of makes sense that you got more hot after getting pregnant.
Yeah, I didn't even know that it was like 10 degrees more. I'm just like, I'm hot. Hey.
Yeah.
Does he get more fussy inside the heat, or are you guys kind of been in the AC like chilling? Do you like, is he at all overheating?
Yeah, we've mostly been in the AC hanging out. Like he'll be outside for a little bit, and then like his main issue is like the brightness. He's like, it's bright out here. I can't see.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's still getting used to all of it. Oh, you guys are so cute.
Yes. Okay, Daddy's gonna feed you. Okay.
Darren said, people say spray water on yourself, but the feeling is gross. I totally feel you on that. I don't like too much water on me. It's just finding that light mister that kind of works the best and not overdoing it, right? A little spray here, make sure you're keeping your distance, a little bit like on the back of your neck. Wait a little bit, like let yourself like obviously dry off, you know, it won't take long if you're inside of the sun, and maybe like on top of your legs, like a little bit where you're not like feeling it. But I think it's like really like the amount, right? There's like the spray bottles and then there's like the misters. So I think like that's the difference between that. Because personally, I don't like water on myself neither at all. Like I opt out of it majority of the time. But recently I realized that it does really help if I spray even like a little bit in those spots. Just helps me like cool down a bit.
And you're absolutely right about the spray bottle versus the mister, because I had like this little like purple spray bottle before and I hated it.
Yeah.
And the mister is so much better.
I feel like I'm a cat. Like I feel like I'm just like get away from me. I don't like all that. I'm not a big water person anyway, so I think that's also another thing. But yeah, I just feel more sticky when I have it like that. So yeah, I would definitely look up personal mister on Amazon. You'll see like little spray bottles. I always read the reviews and just see what people say about it and see how they like it, you know, and I would say go from there. They're not expensive neither, like $15-20 personal sprayer. Sean has a big, huge one. I have no idea how much that one was, but there's a bunch of different kinds. It's kind of like trial and error, right? So I would say at least start, because it's not something that's going to go away your overheating problem. So might as well like learn how to deal with it, learn what works best for your body so we can counteract it the best we can. And it doesn't stop us from doing things we want and that we love, right? Like one of those things is like, I'm not trying to overheat. I'm not really trying to go there, you know? But if you have like your umbrella and your cold water bottle, then it might help a little bit. Or if you decide like, I'm going to wear a hat this today, or just maybe for a little bit to let like the sun stop hitting my head for a little bit, little things like that matter. Has anyone tried the fan you put on your neck? It looks like headphones. Yeah, I like those a lot. Sean has one. Yeah, Sean uses his a lot too. And like, it took me a while to get one because honestly, they're kind of ugly to me. And I don't really want like something else on hanging on me like that. But I've just had to suck it up and just realize like, girl, it's better than overheating. Like at least cool yourself down so you're not about to pass out. And then we can take pictures afterwards without it on. So that's my tip. Have you seen the Owala cup? I hope I'm saying that right. With straw. There's a blue one and black one that's bigger. Do any of you guys know what he's talking about? I have no idea. Okay. Let's go back to our questions. What have you been up to this summer? So Ashley and Nikki, what have you guys been up to this summer? These last couple of months. Let's go back like from April.
April, okay, wow.
I know, I feel like it's been
no wonder summer's been forever, Brianna. If you're counting.
Summer started in April. I don't know about you guys, but shit sucks since April for me.
I know, I was about to say in Chicago, it has not even felt like summer much.
Oh no?
It's at 70 degrees. That's not summer.
Okay. So you guys haven't like hit a peak like heat.
Not heat. It's been like kind of chilly here.
Not today.
No, today's hot, but yeah. But what have you been up to since April?
Oh shoot. Well, we had the Abilities Expo.
We had the Abilities Expo.
I've been planning my friend's
for like past 2 weeks. That was the last
bridal shower.
Oh, that's cool.
Concerts since April.
What?
We went to a couple concerts since April.
Yeah.
Concerts are fun. Do you guys get your seats ahead of time, or do you like ask for your seats once you get there?
So I buy the ticket usually, and then I just call ahead of time. Because where I go, at least the venues, I'll at least know the venues, and then I know kind of where they're going to sit me. But I just want to call ahead and make sure they sit me where I want to be seated.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's always best. I always get nervous like when people say like just show up and then like ask for it. There's always like there's that of course chance that it's not going to work out, and the way my anxiety is set up, I'm just not one of those people. I need a plan ahead, so I like calling and making sure that everything's all Gucci for me.
Yeah, well, I called ahead actually for one place, and they were kind of, when I like even on the phone they were kind of rude, and then when we got there it wasn't really like, it was probably like one of the worst concert experiences seating wise, like accessibility wise, that I had, which was weird because I had went there before and it wasn't like that at all.
It was like they got new staff.
Yeah, it was like they got new staff and they need to switch it back. Like y'all are rude.
I hate that.
No.
Mm-hmm.
But it was still a good concert. It was Ella Mai, or May, however you say her last name. She was beautiful, amazing voice. So we enjoyed it.
That's fun. And then Nikki, you started working?
Well, today was like, I start Monday, like school starts officially, but today was like, today was a barbecue bash, like where the kids can meet the teachers and stuff, and they cook, and we're sitting at like tables with our roster, and like, hi, I'm so and so,
I miss Nicole.
It was hot out here though, and it was outside, so it was hot. It was popping.
Yeah.
I gotta tell you guys something, but off camera. Remind me, okay?
Okay, I'll definitely remind you, girl. I want all the tea.
Today, but I can't say it on live. I'm sorry because it's juicy.
I'm excited. Okay, so question. So you said that it's super hot outside. So do you feel like pressure to kind of stick it out like the rest of the teachers, or like have you like had an experience that where you have to kind of draw your boundaries and be like, no, like I need to go inside or whatever the case may be?
No, like I had my fan. Like I just come prepared, but I think it's like important to ask questions. Like I made sure to ask like what is exactly today? And they're like it's outside barbecue. So like I come prepared. I wear light clothes. Like I wear this light dress. Like I don't like I obviously don't try to be stupid about and like wear a hoodie if I know I'm gonna be outside all day. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Hair up.
Yeah,
Hair
yeah.
up, like I have a lot of hair and if it's down that causes heat. So I put the
Mm-hmm.
hair up too. I just do what I have to do to make sure I stay feeling good. So
Yeah,
what we
same.
learned
We had a little bit of blood crew today.
What I learned today from Maya herself, you
What?
get more blood pressure in your eyes or something whenever you're getting hot. So you should be wearing sunglasses.
I wear sunglasses.
I don't. We learned that today with Maya here. She has no period.
Oh.
Whatever's
Darren
wrong.
said, how do you stay hydrated? I drink gallons of water, but it goes straight through. Super pubic calf. So that's something that Maya and Jessica have talked about, and electrolytes are something that really help them. So is it just the packets that you drink, or is it actual like the electrolyte drinks?
I do both. Sometimes it's easy to just like drive by a 7-Eleven and get a cold like electrolyte Pedialyte thing. But I did have a doctor tell me that we shouldn't be drinking so much water because it runs through us, and when it does, it also takes all our minerals and electrolytes. So she said that it's actually worse on us, especially if you like spasm or anything like that, because when you spasm, you're also like killing your minerals and electrolytes. So she said that instead of drinking so much water, we need to all be drinking more electrolytes because of that situation of it running through us. She's like, you're never going to be hydrated enough because it's just running straight through you.
So question, so do you put electrolytes in like each bottle of water that you drink, or is it just like once a day, or like how do you measure it?
I do like once a day. So I've done like crazy retreats where I'm like in Arizona for 7 days outdoors. And for things like that, I'll do like one in the morning, one in the afternoon. But in everyday type of life in the summer, I just do like one a day. But it still
Okay.
hydrates you more than drinking water all day.
So do
I
you
can
still
really
stay
feel the
consistent with water, or do you just drink the electrolytes and then you don't drink any more water?
no. I drink like let's say in the morning I wake up and I will just pack it in my water bottle, and then at lunch I drink water, and then dinner I drink water. So maybe like 3 or 4 water bottles a day. It's just that one of them will have electrolytes.
Okay, cool. And then what about you, Maya? Do you have like a measurement of how much electrolytes you drink or you need, or?
No, so I honestly should probably drink electrolytes more than I do right now, because I wait until I feel like I'm dehydrated, and then I'm like, okay, I need electrolytes, or I bust out my liquid IVs, which we are not sponsored by Liquid IV. Just saying that.
But
But
we should. So
and
sponsor us, Liquid IV, man, or Red Bull.
yes,
One of you guys hop on it.
Well,
but
there's a Mexican one right now. It's called Salud. They have really good flavors.
okay,
New one
salud,
out.
sponsor us.
So there's
No,
like drip
but
drop and then there's Liquid IV. Those are like the two big main ones, right?
yeah. And the Liquid IV, like I just pour into my water bottle. They have some good flavors. But like Jessica was just saying, like probably like 3 or 4 water bottles a day and one electrolytes. And I'm going through like 3 or 4 water bottles per like every 2 to 3 hours a day. So like I'm definitely not absorbing enough hydration. And then also something that I learned from Jessica previously is like making sure I replenish my potassium and magnesium because of the spasms that I have and the lack of hydration. So I'm gonna start doing electrolytes once a day at least now, and keep up with my potassium and magnesium as well to keep us hydrated.
And
Yeah,
the
it's
the
all.
liquid IV the Liquid IV and some of the other brands, they do have higher levels of potassium and sodium in them. So that's why, like, just start your day with it and you'll feel better. Because
Okay.
obviously the heat in general will drop my blood pressure. I already know that.
Hmm. Yeah, it's just kind of planning ahead. Yeah, I need to get more on it too. All those little things, like they seem like extra little stuff that you have to like put in your schedule, in your routine. But I think just like anything, it's hard in the beginning, but it's worth it. And you're hearing like firsthand how much it helps. So if I would say just try it. If you're somebody who's listening and like you're skeptical, I mean, like might as well give it a try. If it helps, then like great. Like what can go wrong, right? And if it doesn't help, then we try to find something else, but at least trying it and like giving it a real try, like a week. Don't just drink electrolytes for a day and be like, that shit was nasty. There's different flavors, there's different types. Like you really have to give it a try and like see what works for you. But it's just trying to keep those vitamins and minerals inside of our body because we need them. And it definitely helps when we're in those positions where we're overheating, and tons of other things, energy, bowels and bladder, like all that stuff matters. And what you're putting in your body, like definitely affects you. So let me see. What have you been up to this summer? Oh, so for me, summer has been crazy. I've had back-to-back stuff going on and my health has just completely sucked these last couple of months. I feel like that's why I definitely feel like it's been so long. The heat has been like just drowning me and it's been really frustrating because I've just been feeling like extremely disabled, extremely frustrated at my disability, and extremely overwhelmed by life, mixed with like life stuff and family stuff. I've just been like literally drowning over here. I laugh because of my trauma, but it's not funny. I don't have a response. Huh?
It's not funny. The therapist says it's not funny.
I know. Everybody always tells me whenever I say something super dramatic, I don't know why, I just laugh. It's just a response out of me. It's not funny though, guys. Yeah, I just been drowning and I don't really know. Right now I'm like in a position where my body is like still super weak because I'm trying to get back to my regular strength and I'm not really realizing it. I mean, like I had to hang off my bed to grab something on the floor, and which is usually no big deal for me. And I had to like grab onto my bed. That was like 2 days ago and my hands are still sore. Like they still hurt me. And that's something that like I easily could have done. So like it's super frustrating when my body is just like not doing what I want it to do. I'm very the type of person that has like FOMO. I like to be like out. I need human interaction. And it's just been so hard because even when I'm having that human interaction, my body's like not letting me fully experience it. So I've definitely pushed myself so hard these last couple of months. I've had back-to-back stuff, and in between those stuff, I've been dealing with my health problems and like just trying to deal with doctor's appointments and all that little stuff, which has been really hard for me. I don't really know how to like snap back out of it right now. So I'm kind of like in this limbo, but I went to church for the first time on Sunday and that was really helpful and healing for me. So I feel like right now I'm just like in the process of like healing my mind back. And trying to get back to my regular strength and do some more stretches and exercises and kind of like trying to not to overdo it too much, which I've been doing a lot. So that's kind of what's been going on for me. We had the Chicago Abilities Expo, which was super cool. We got to go see the city as well. We got to go to downtown Chicago, which was a lot of fun. And we got to see where the twins live and we got to hang out and do all that. So that was tons of fun. And then afterwards, We had Maya's baby shower, which was so much fun. We got to do that and celebrate baby Trey. And it made me so excited to just be able to celebrate him, you know, and make all these little cute little things for him. And it makes me so excited for his future celebrations and birthday parties. And I'm already thinking about them. And it's just so funny because he's not even a month old. So that's been tons of fun. And probably like my highlight of my summer has been just checking in with Maya and like finding out how big baby Trey is and like just seeing how he's doing. And it's really just brought a different light inside of my life to be like, there is still somebody who's so precious and so little, you know, and has so much to learn from this world. And right now, everything's so blissful for him. And I think it's such like a beautiful blessing. So that has helped like recenter me definitely during the summer. And yeah, then afterwards we had the Rolex experience, which was tons of fun. We meet so many different people. We had the Live to Roll booth there, and it was super exciting just to see people who watch the show and who love it and who really like what we're bringing to the community. And that's always super cool to see those smiles in person and just to get that energy and those hugs from different people. The Rolex experience definitely empowers me. This year I was an ambassador and I had the booth, so it was definitely so exhausting. There was a lot going on, but I really love it. I really love doing the behind the scenes and just being connected with the community. So that was definitely a highlight too of my summer. So that was a little summary. I feel like I'm rambling on. Jessica, did I ask you about your summer? What have you been up to?
No, I've been very low key. I'm working on buying a house, so I'm not allowed to spend any money right now. But I did the
Little
roulette.
bad.
I got to go and do that with you one day, which was fun.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly don't know how you guys do like all the days at the roulettes. It's way too much for me. So it was good to just go one day and get to see everyone. Um, yeah, I've been spending a lot of time with family and just kind of relaxing this summer.
That's good. That's good. Definitely. Yeah, I don't know how I do all the days neither, honestly. It's kind of like a little bit of a blur. And I don't know where I get the motivation or energy to do it, honestly. The whole time I'm extremely exhausted. It is an exhausting event, but that's because there's so much going on. There's so many people, there's so many different energies, and it is a lot to do that many days. But I think I feel like that with anything. I think I feel like that with abilities expos too. Like it's so rewarding, but it is a lot to be up all day long, multiple days in a row. Like I'm not eating right, I'm not drinking right. Like I try, but it's just my mind is just on automatic mode, you know? And so and I think that's a part of like what is also draining me so much too, is like it's been a little back to back for me. And so I've like I don't know. I'm just in a weird like limbo spot right now where I'm not really sure. Like I love doing it, but then my body is so exhausted and I just like don't know what to do because it makes me super frustrated. So I'm like, do I just keep pushing my body or do I lean back and not do anything? And then I'm half FOMO and I'm not happy, you know? I don't know. Jessica, do you ever deal with that?
I think I used to deal with it a lot when I was younger. Um, Now that I'm older, I'm more unapologetic about taking breaks and, laying down. And I mean, if you have a deadline or something you're working on, I get pushing through as much as you can. But, you know, you had a room there. So as long as you snuck away every once in a while throughout the day, I know I even told Maya, like, you're going to pop, please go to the room, relax, do something. But yeah, as I get older, I'm okay with taking breaks. I'm okay with tapping out. But when I was younger, yeah, I used to really beat up my body. Like I used to do like crazy festivals for like 3 days, like EDC, drunk, and it's just like in the heat, and you're in Vegas, and like I used to do crap that was intense.
Mhm.
But now I'm good.
Yeah, I think I just need to learn those boundaries. There's like no like off switch for me sometimes where I'm like, make myself go lay down during the day. I kind of just push through it, like no matter how much pain I'm in, no matter what I'm going through, like if I have something to do. I have a really bad problem with like letting people down too. Like I don't have that, like I don't give a fuck in my bone. Like I just want to make the best experience for everybody, and I want to, like, if I can help, I want to help. And sometimes like I can't help, and I'm still offering to help. Like I don't know what's wrong with me. So that's definitely like something I need to learn.
Well, I think reality, you aren't letting people down, because especially in the events you're at, right? Because everyone is in a chair. I know for me, like working with able-bodied people, sometimes I would push it more, but I think it's more in our own head that we're letting people down, or we're not living up to whatever expectation. But people are really understanding. So, but I do have to go, ladies.
Love you so much, Jessica. You are a gem. We're going to close out soon. Thank you for joining us. We always get so much wisdom from you. We love you so much.
Happy summer.
Happy summer. Love you.
Love you.
Brianna, I wanted to touch on the FOMO piece that you just talked about, because that was something that like I have improved on, and I'm still working on it with God, you know, like all the time, because for me, I realized that some of it was about control. Like me feeling like I want to, like, that I really have a lot of influence on this event, you know, like when sometimes it's really not me. Like,
Yeah.
you know, the event is going to go on, you know, like people are going to be happy, people are gonna make mistakes, people are gonna succeed, you know, but like at the end of the day, really, like, the mission doesn't have too much to do with me. And that's something, it's a hard truth that I've kind of had to just like deal with, and like humble myself and not allow my pride to like influence in that way. And so that has just been helpful, like working on the humility and control with God, and then also working on people pleasing, which is something that I haven't started working on yet, but it's something that I have like been noticing. I'm like, okay, I have this problem with pleasing people. TJ and I have both been noticing that, like, within ourselves, and we have like I have a little thing bookmarked to read about it and to like start working on it, but just haven't jumped on that yet. So we
Yeah, that's a big
can
one.
talk more.
Yeah, that's definitely a big one. And I think we both, we struggle. We're so similar in that way as well, you know, and like, we know what it's like not to have help, I feel like. So I feel like our instinct is to help, you know, and like where the battle comes in is like sometimes like realizing you can't do it, even though like you want to, you know, and like what's best really for yourself. And sometimes I feel selfish doing that, but it's like, if I never do it, how is it selfish? You know, like I need to take a break. It's not like I'm just like lounging back, totally cool, smoking a blunt, and somebody's over there, you know, drowning, and I'm just like, grab the lifeboat, you know. That's not the case. And sometimes I feel that way. And so yeah, it's definitely just that little people pleasing battle with myself that is hard, you know. And like that pride, yeah, for sure, like, you know, and just like talking yourself down. Sometimes I know my potential when I'm at my best, and I want to be that. And sometimes I'm not at my best though, so I can achieve it, you know? And so it's like that kind of little bit of a tug, which is hard within myself, because I'm definitely harder on myself, which I'm praying about and I'm realizing too. And I'm just like trying to turn it to God. Like, and also like, I love being a part of so many people's journeys, you know, and having those talks with people and like really giving those life advices, you know. And I feel like so bad sometimes where I'm like, what about if I'm not there? And then there's somebody passes by and they need to hear my word. And what about if God wants me here and I'm refusing it, you know? And I'm battling back and forth instead of just being like, you know what, I need to breathe through this. I need to put it in God's hands, and I need to know that it's okay to take time for myself. And yeah, I'm glad that we touched on that. You know, I think it's something that a lot of us struggle with inside of the community, and just knowing that sometimes your body needs rest. So even in this heat, our body gets teared down more. We're tired more. We need to give ourselves grace more. We can be more irritable. So little stuff like that, you know, is so important to recognize about yourself. Sometimes it's not always the people around you. Sometimes we need to take a step back and be like, what do I need to change? What do I want to be different about? You know, and work on that and watch yourself grow. That's what it's all about, right? Ashley, what are you up to, girl? I feel like we have not talked to you. You're just in the background. You're lurking. How are you doing?
Always
How do you keep your
lurking.
goals? What's going on with Al Official?
Well, they turn 1 the 20th
Woo!
of this month.
That's exciting.
Woo!
I'm a little busy this
Let's
weekend, so I don't know if I'm
go.
gonna do anything, but I'm gonna try.
That's
You
super
know.
dope. Yeah, so you're
But
kind of
even
just
with
thinking
that,
of
you know, I'm trying to be more consistent. I blogged for Disability Pride Month. I'm gonna try blogging for Spinal Cord Injury Awareness Month.
okay.
So we'll see. Just trying to see ways, I don't know, to get out there. I don't,
Mhm.
you know, I'd be very discouraging of myself because of my disability. So, and like the help that I need. So
Mhm.
I think that's where I've been with official, but we're trying. Baby steps. Gumbo, you're being rude. My dog's just crying in the background.
We love you, Gumbo. Don't worry.
Right?
Yeah, I definitely think it's hard, right? We're all down on ourselves sometimes, but I think it's super amazing that it's even a year out, right? Because we always say, like, in a year, you would have wished you started today. So, like, if you would have never started it, you wouldn't be, you know, this far learning these lessons and going about it, right? Nothing good comes easy, and sometimes it's a process. But I'm super proud of you for putting yourself out there. And social media isn't easy to put yourself out there and be judged. Like, I just realized, like, I haven't even posted since freaking March, and I'm like, oh my god, girl, like, I don't even know what's going on. I almost feel scared to freaking jump back, like, hey guys, remember me? I'm right here, you know. But I'm gonna try, and I think that's just a part of the journey, right? Putting yourself out there and seeing what works for you, seeing how you feel afterwards, and not letting these trolls discourage us, right?
Period. That part.
Straight up. And Ashley, shout out. I saw you at those going to those pop-ups and like doing your stuff like at the
Oh
selling your
yeah.
merch at pop-ups. That is so dope, and I was so inspired. I was like,
That
that is fucking dope.
was
That is
pretty cool.
super
That
dope.
was pretty
And I'm super proud of you. And, you know, it's only up from here. So don't be discouraged. I think what you're doing is amazing. Your mission statement is amazing. And you have such a creative and beautiful mind. So it's just going to blossom from here.
Thank you. That is so sweet.
You're welcome.
We
Keep
trying,
watering your
you
plants,
know.
girl. Sometimes we forget to water our own plants, you know. We got to water ourselves, and we got to watch ourselves grow, you know, and know that there's
Right.
opportunity for us to grow. So yeah, this has been a great show. We've talked about tons of different things. Thank you everybody in the chat for joining us. I'm going to say thank you to our sponsors, who's Mobility Professionals and Urology Professionals. They are wonderful companies. Make sure you go check them out. They really do tailor to our community and really do help us out. Their customer service is fantastic. So go check them out if you have any wheelchair issues or any urology. If you need catheters, if you need any supplies, they're your people. Let's go through the show. So on Tuesday, you can come back every single Tuesdays. The guys are here at 3:30 talking about different stuff and great topics. There we go. And then we have T Fizzle on Wednesdays. He does some gaming and it's always super fun. I'm usually in the chat talking shit, you know, and having tons of fun. So make sure you guys just join us. It's super interesting. Even if you're not into gaming, it's fun conversations. It's always a blast. We're always laughing and getting to just communicate with each other. Connect. That's the word I'm looking for. Just connect with each other and have a good time for a couple hours in the nighttime. So make sure you stop by that. And then we have Rolling Over the Hill every other Thursday. They're amazing. Robert, Bobby, and Lewis, they just talk about different topics of aging with the wheelchair. And that's something that we're all going through. We're all aging with the chair. So might as well jump ahead of it, just like we're talking about jumping ahead of the heat. Jump ahead of these problems, you know, like get some tips from people who have lived through it for so many years and who have this advice and wisdom, and really advice that you can't find anywhere else. So make sure you go check them out. They're super amazing. And then I am back every other Thursday with the Women's Show. If you're interested in being a guest, make sure that you message me. Let me know your hobbies, your interests, your story. There's always somebody looking for you and can connect with you. So I think it's important to reach out, even if it's not really your type. It's super chill. We're just kind of face to face. It's like a FaceTime, and it's tons of fun. So make sure you check that out. I think that's all the announcements, and I appreciate you guys for all joining us, and we love you so much. Make sure you drop a like and a subscribe and a comment and all that fun stuff for us, and make sure that you, we got a super chat from Nikki. Thank you, Nikki. We love you so much. And thank you for stopping by. We love you. Darren, if you share your